I am going to North Korea.
North Korea.
North Korea.
North Korea.
North Korea.
North Korea.
Am I joking? No, I really don't think North Korea is a joke. But I'm genuinely curious about what it would be like to visit the country, and that's why I'm going there. What I do think is a joke is that I thought it would be a good idea to go to the Great Wall of China immediately after my flight to Beijing. So I haven't slept in 30 hours. And this wall is literally all stairs. Like, look at that, how steep that is. It is actually crazy how much manpower went into building this thing. Over 1 million people worked on building this wall, and it's literally the largest man-made structure in the world. If you would like put the whole wall of China into one straight line, it would actually go like halfway around the world, which is insane. The way down is not as bad. I think we all know why North Korea gets a lot of attention sometimes, but I'm actually grateful that I'm able to not really form an opinion about that normally. Quick history lesson: what is even a North and a South Korea, because I did not know that. So in 1910 Japan had colonized Korea, but they gave up during World War II, and the northern part got controlled by the Soviet Union while the southern part got controlled by the United States. Then 3 years later, the Democratic Republic of Korea got founded by Kim Il-sung, while South Korea, the Republic of Korea, got founded with elections supported by the United States. I am just going to capture the experience, and I'm just going to share the experience for what it is. One of my favorite things to do abroad is to just go into a supermarket or a 7-Eleven and trying different snacks. So I bought this warm looking bread for breakfast, going to the airport, and then I'm flying to Yeonji, and it's near the border of Russia and North Korea. So from there I'll be entering into North Korea, and I'll be going to Rason, which is like a special economic zone of North Korea because it's nearby the border of China and Russia. So it's a very unique place because there they actually do some foreign trade, whereas in the rest of North Korea they don't. So I'm here in Yeonji, and the flight here was actually pretty crazy because when we were nearing the border, they had everybody close the window blinds so that you could not look into North Korea. And I've never landed on an airplane where the windows were closed. I had to guess when it was gonna land because I could not see when it was gonna land. But this city also looks pretty cool. I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning to get on the bus to the border from Yeonji, and currently we are waiting at a border check.
If you take a picture.
This is the first stop that they wanted us to see, and these are some of the new farmer houses that they've built, and they are really proud to show. On the way here there were like some older farmhouses. I think most of the people here are farmers. The other ones didn't look as great. The tour guide specifically told us not to take any pictures of ugly buildings, and these farmhouses were considered ugly. But I've been in other places in Asia, and places like Bangkok. I've been in slums where people lived in worse conditions, and I find the raw humanity of it incredibly beautiful. I didn't think that these farmer houses were that ugly. Then we had lunch, and it was really good, but it was cold, and they only had beer. We have this like camera crew with us from Korea that is like filming us, and it's just hilarious how they like angle everything.
Are you going to?
없다. 가라. 없다.
Okay, I'm getting swarmed. So this is the spring water factory.
But yeah, it's spring water that's on the ground and you can drink it.
And over there, they normally like bottle the water. It's not operating right now. So that was a non-operating spring water factory. I don't think any of us really cared too much about the itinerary on our group. I think we were all just very interested in learning about the country, and some of us just wanted to have the country checked off their list. This is a North Korean bank, and I just opened the bank account here. I'm pretty sure I cannot use this, so I don't really know the point of it, but it's a cool souvenir. And this is the only place that you can open a bank account and that you can exchange money as a foreigner. So I just got some cash that is pretty useless, because you can also just pay with euros or Chinese money here, and it's actually they accept Chinese money more than the Korean money. So it's pretty useless, but it's a cool souvenir to have.
Shooting championship, gold medal in Kazakhstan. In the final game with Kazakhstan, she has scored 16 to 14. She got a gold medal. Formation of national championship of the sports, like for the national school children's sports competition. Children's colors. Colors is a different system.
The people here are not used to foreigners at all, and you can definitely sense that. It actually kind of feels like they're pretty much trying to ignore us, like trying to act like we're not here. And that's so strange, because like the tourists that come here, they are all very interested in learning about people and trying to make more contact with them, but they're quite shy, honestly. And that's just a bit of a surreal experience to have, because the people here are just living their day-to-day life right now, and then there's like a bunch of tourists that show up. Okay, it's not bad. The Rason tourism hotel is actually pretty decent. There's actually like a heated bed over here that warms up the bed. I have never had that in my life, so that's like a weird luxury that this hotel has. Also, there's like no internet here. I already told you that. That's pretty obvious. And there's like 3 channels on the TV, of which one is literally Chinese. So there's not that much to do, so I brought a book and some entertainment, but it's like a digital detox for me. So that's good, I guess. But it's really interesting. It's definitely something. I don't know if you're even allowed to go outside at night, so we're pretty much just like stuck in the hotel. I'm going to check what's for dinner. Lunch was actually pretty good, but I don't know, it's the vibe is just so weird. It's just kind of weird how history and like the information that they receive, how it's also controlled, you know. And it just makes me wonder like what a world you would live in if like the government controls all the information, what is true and what is not. And I don't think it's a world that I would want to live in. We're also gonna visit some breweries, and I don't really drink, so I don't know how I feel about that. It's not really my thing. also, I don't know how it is for you guys, but lately I have literally just been using ChatGPT to search up everything, and it kind of replaced my brain. And now without internet, I have to ask other people for information. The second day here, and today we're going to visit some schools and some orphanage, so that will be very interesting to see. I think I'll have the opportunity to talk to some students there. Yesterday I said I wouldn't drink, but there's not that much to do, so I ended up drinking, and the group of people is actually like really interesting. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, but I do have a bit of a hangover now.
Basket deers in this mountain, so people name this mountain Saihang Mountain. Big explosion, sound, they all mosquitoes ran away, they escaped from this area. If I don't die, the drink is
Okay, I think you should try first, just in case.
Yeah, I'm okay. Still we are live in difficulties, but we still
Fighting.
not fighting. What do you say? Fight with whom? We still go forward. The slogan like this: down with the Japanese imperialists.
Then the tour guide showed me this Dutch classical music artist to tell me that everybody knows him on his blockchain intranet phone. And we went to this propaganda shop. Then during lunch they did this performance for us with a lot of singing and dancing, and it was pretty good. This lady was my favorite. And they did more performances. They did some of this, and then they did some of this, and some of this. And this North Korean K-pop band was definitely my favorite. So then we went to the school, and in every school there are pictures of the great leader, and they tell you to only take the full picture, no half pictures where he's cropped off, because that's disrespectful. But I don't understand why you would want half a picture anyway. That doesn't make sense to me.
Why is this? Well, partly because of the low quality of the soil in many places.
I'm Yekyung. I'm 16 years old.
It's very beautiful and a lot of places to play. There are a lot of parks and museums and cinemas.
That's nice. Hello.
야, 어디 펴?
sleep at the school. Okay. Yeah, like in a dormitory.
Okay. In one store I said there is no place where there is no love or spirituality much of the wound. Whose parents are children? We are the happiest in the world.
Thank you.
These kids were incredibly cute and talented. I just felt incredibly awkward watching it, and then at the end they added some rage bait how these weren't orphans because the great leader was their father. So then they showed us some more performances of these kids, and they told us that the kids had to wait an hour for us to get there, maybe to make us feel guilty, but they were really talented and there were some cool acts. This one was definitely my favorite with these space suits and them dancing and twirling around. That was definitely my favorite act. There was also an act where there were all the kids singing about the great leader with some missiles going off in the background. I didn't include that one because it's way too catchy and maybe they'll copyright it. I have no idea. But then all the kids like waved here and you could take pictures with them. It kind of felt like they were robotic. That was really quite a show. I don't know how I feel about that. Today has been like pretty much like such an emotional roller coaster. I really do not know like if I actually like the things that I'm seeing, so yeah, it's weird. It's very weird. Also, I feel kind of awkward just filming some of this stuff, but I don't know if it is because what I'm seeing or if it's just me, or I don't know. I'm back in the hotel after the second day here in the Democratic People's Republic, Korea, and I'm like exhausted. I'm like emotionally overwhelmed. We started the day off by going to the statue, which was fine, which was pretty interesting. It's like literally like a holy site for the people here. Seeing how like well maintained it was is crazy. Afterwards we visited like a bunch of schools, and I don't know, it just hit me because like all the people are so friendly, and but like the kids, they were like so friendly and so like happy. Like sometimes people are like so nice or so happy that you literally just, it's hard to believe, I guess. It's interesting to see, but I'm very overwhelmed by it.
Verso nord.
So I just walked into a taekwondo class and they're going to showcase some fighting skills here. This is a gymnasium.
Welcome to the factory.
Wine also for your health, not for just for drinking.
No, of course.
Yeah.
The bus was across.
For your health.
Some of these buildings, they have like these beautiful paintings.
It's not disrespectful. It's just saying hello.
Sure?
Yeah.
That's good. No, that's Hitler's that.
One,
So
like
like
this.
this, no, this,
One,
this,
two, three.
We made it to Pipa Island, and this place actually looks pretty nice. There's a beach here. It's really nice to be at a beach, honestly, just relaxing. Even though I do want to take pictures of everything, I also want to be respectful because it's like causing a lot of stress to the guides if people are just out here taking pictures all the time. And especially, but today we went to a taekwondo school, and that was actually really cool to see, because like that, I feel like that gives like the kids like an outlet that is a bit more healthy than like doing Kim Jong-un pop songs and just performances about like the great leader. I preferred seeing the taekwondo fight lessons because they were actually really talented. So that was cool to see. But this beach is really nice. I just love being here, like outside. It's just freeing for the mind, I guess. One of the tour guides actually told me that he played in the mass games 2 times, and when he was telling that story, when he was there, how he was playing and he saw the light and Kim Jong-un was there, you could like really sense like the energy shift in him, that he was like so, that was like his moment. He like told that he would like felt his heart beating, and he really yeah, felt that energy and his presence in that moment. And that was actually like quite intense, how like his energy shifted when he told that story. He was really proud of that. Like that was like his greatest highlight of his life.
3 is chocolate.
It literally doesn't taste like anything. It's kind of sweet, but I don't think there's any chocolate in it. There's like a frog here in the pavement. It's random.
Then we went to the Russia-Korea Friendship House. Apparently Putin and Kim Jong-un have met here multiple times, and it was built for the relationship between the countries.
This is the border of Korea, China and Russia.
So on that side is Russia, and over there you can see China. It's hard to see on the camera.
수많은 식량과 재물을 약탈해가고 지역 무고한 주민들을 살해하고
Yeah, we're going. Yalla, yalla. 맥주도 판매입니다. 진짜 솔직히 같잖아.
우리가 뭐
Red pepper, pear, some water, onion, ginger, garlic, sugar, water.
So then I got the chance to make my own kimchi. It's this fermented cabbage dish, I think originally they made this because it would preserve well. They make this with spices and cabbage and sometimes fish. I did this with one hand and I think I did really well. All the girls that I spoke to in the school also said that kimchi was their favorite dish. And I ate this every day while I was there and it was pretty good. Tried to make some rice cakes and it's made with just smashing the rice with a hammer and going one by one. I also tried to do it and I was pretty good at it, but then I kind of lost the rhythm and this guy's hammer broke. We also went to visit a pharmacy. Then we went to an art gallery, which was honestly one of the highlights of my experience. While I was there, I just kept looking at the paintings in the hotel, and it just is just like a little escape from that world that you're in. I found it very nice. I think the art here is incredibly beautiful, and just knowing that people have imagined the places that are painted is really nice. There's also some like propaganda paintings which are interesting, but I found the art really amazing, and it's definitely something that you would want to support in a country like this. That pretty much concluded all the activities of my trip. After this, we were just heading back to the border. Obviously, we were all kind of nervous, but what I've learned is that I really love North Korea. Especially the people. The people are very good people. It's just that everything teaches the people to follow the regime, and the government is like seen as some kind of religion. And I think a lot of that is based on fear and control. And I think it would be more respectful and nicer if it was more based on freedom and love for the people. I also understand that imagine you are born as the leader of this country because your grandfather founded it after a conflict, and suddenly you're born on this planet with this sole purpose of being the great leader as like some kind of god. I think that's a very tough and hard duty to have, and I don't think that would be very fun. My grandfather was also like a great man who helped in Asia, some colonies before, after they were freed. And I just think that I'm very grateful to have been to this country, but I've also been very grateful to have made it out of this country. And it has definitely been one of the most eye-opening experiences of my life that I'm extremely thankful for.